You log out, pack up, and finally collapse onto the couch after another 60-hour week. You are putting in the work, but at the end of the month, your bank account still feels like a bucket with a hole in it. That persistent financial drain might not be bad luck or a rounding error. It could be staring you right in the face, literally. If you can see your bathroom from where you sit, your home has a glaring architectural flaw. People hear the term feng shui and immediately picture wind chimes and mysticism. Let's strip that away. At its core, feng shui is the highly practical science of environmental layout and spatial psychology. In this system, the bathroom is a concentrated source of wei qi, a specific term for stagnant, foul air and moisture. When a bathroom is poorly placed, that heavy air acts as a structural leak, actively dragging down the ambient energy of the entire house, and by extension, depleting your own physical resources. We are going to take a detective tour through a standard floor plan to identify the 6 most common bathroom design errors causing this drain and apply the immediate, zero-cost fixes required to plug the leak. Let's start at the very beginning. You put your key in the front door, turn the lock, and step inside. This animated floor plan shows the first major error. Incoming airflow and energy should circulate smoothly into the living spaces, but if a bathroom is positioned directly across from the entrance, that incoming current hits a wall of stagnant moisture and scatters completely. This layout correlates heavily with unexpected, out-of-pocket expenses. The intervention here is strictly physical. You either drop an extra long curtain over the bathroom door or erect a standalone partition in the foyer. This physical barrier physically redirects the airflow, smoothing it out before it enters the rest of the house. Moving into the living room, we find our second vulnerability. If you sit on your sofa and have a direct line of sight to a bathroom door, or if your living room window looks directly into a neighbor's bathroom, the ambient air in your primary relaxation space becomes compromised. The parameters for this fix depend on distance. If that neighbor's bathroom is within 100 meters, you must deploy opaque curtains or frosted glass on your windows. Inside, keep a bright, continuous light running in the living room to physically dry the air and stabilize the room's energy. Securing the entryway and the living room establishes a baseline. It creates an environmental firewall, ensuring that fresh opportunities coming into the house aren't corrupted the moment they cross the threshold. With the perimeter secure, we need to inspect the geographic center of the home. Look at this 9-grid Bagua map overlaid on a standard floor plan. The 2 pulsing red zones represent the 3rd and 4th errors. Placing a bathroom in the Trung, the absolute center of the home, or the Wen Chang, the specific sector governing career and academics, creates a central pocket of stagnation that suffocates professional advancement. To mitigate this, we use biology. Place a living golden pothos plant, sometimes called devil's ivy, directly on the toilet tank and point a dedicated warm light source right at it. If you don't have a green thumb, you can use a chemical fix. Place a large open bowl of coarse sea salt in the corner of the bathroom. The salt crystals will physically absorb the excess moisture and neutralize the heavy air. By treating the home's core and career zones, you ensure your architecture supports your ambition, rather than quietly smothering your daily drive. Of course, dense urban living dictates certain compromises. In city apartments, you will frequently find bathrooms crammed directly underneath the staircase. You can't move the stairs, so you apply the same lighting and plant fixes we just discussed to keep the air moving. But the kitchen presents our 6th and final major error. This elemental cycle chart maps out the physics of the problem. A bathroom placed right next to a kitchen creates a direct elemental clash between the heavy water of the plumbing and the active fire of the stove. The ultimate harmonization tool for this specific structural nightmare is introducing living greenery right on the boundary line between the 2 rooms. The logic behind this remedy is highly functional. The plant, representing the wood element, absorbs the excess humid water from the bathroom. It converts that moisture into biological growth, which in turn feeds the active fire energy of the kitchen. Even a claustrophobic, tightly packed floor plan can be balanced. When you apply transitional biological elements, you completely neutralize the friction between conflicting rooms. Discovering that your apartment has a restrictive layout doesn't mean you need to start tearing down drywall or moving plumbing lines. A carefully draped curtain, a bowl of coarse salt, or a thriving pothos plant under a warm light. These are accessible, everyday items, but they are highly effective tools for redirecting the environmental flow of your home. Fixing a bathroom leak is just the first step. The broader goal is learning how to systematically read your living environment so you can engineer it to work for you. That requires a resource that strips away confusing folklore and delivers actionable, scientific principles. Bát Tự Tâm An does exactly that, translating classical metaphysics into a modern framework for spatial design. Stop reacting to the flaws in your floor plan. Visit báttututamon.vn and start actively engineering your own prosperity and peace of mind today.